I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is a PayPal request. Thanks to everyone joining my Patreon, as well as people who send me requests through PayPal. Really do appreciate it. This is from Vontae McCrae, who wanted my thoughts on Death Becomes Her. Now, Death Becomes Her is a Robert Zemeckis film that doesn't get talked about a lot. No one really talks about this Robert Zemeckis film. When they mention his name, they mention Back to the Future, Romancing the Stone, some of the films he did later on, Forrest Gump, Castaway, What Lies Beneath even. But people forget that Death Becomes Her won the Oscar for Best Visual Effects when it came out. And really, this is kind of a Tales from the Crypt movie. It's a darkly comic. It kind of made sense how the marketing played music from Tales from the Crypt. And this is a story that seems like it's from a Tales from the Crypt. I mean, Robert Zemeckis is the guy who would produce the Demon Knight and Bordello Blood and had a hand in producing Tales from the Crypt TV show. And the plot, you got Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep, who have been friends when they were kids. They've grown up. They've disliked each other. Goldie Hawn's with Bruce Willis, and then he gets stolen by Meryl Streep's character. And then Goldie Hawn gets overweight and sad and obese in a psychiatric ward. And then more years go by, we see that Bruce Willis is a person that's gone from a plastic surgeon to a mortician, and he's not happy with his life with Meryl Streep. Now, Goldie Hawn seems a bit underused in the movie. I don't know, I always felt like she was definitely someone that is a good actress, but again, doesn't seem used that much in the film. The definite best part of the movie is Bruce Willis's performance, because it's such a unique, different performance by Bruce Willis. It's one of his most unique in his entire career, because he's dumpy, he's henpecked, he looks kind of like Rick Moranis, or he looks like something I've never seen Bruce Willis look before. It really plays to a comic zaniness and energy that I'm like, where is this energy that Bruce Willis can put into this performance but he can't do in anything else nowadays? What the hell happened with Bruce Willis? You look at a role like this where he really went for it. Again, it's a miracle, and he's so with the glasses and his balding hairline, he went with it. And it was such an opposite of John McClane, and such an opposite performance from the tough guys he was playing. Again, very unique. And one thing leads to another, and Meryl Streep gets this potion. You find out Goldie Hawn has this potion. And it's this potion, and when you take it, you don't age another day. But you got to take care of your body. And things go haywire, where Meryl Streep falls down the stairs, and this is when the special effects really come into play. because her neck gets fucked up, and it's twisted around. They go to a doctor. Sidney Pollack is the doctor, and he's like, "You tell me it doesn't hurt when I do this," and bends the wrist all the way back. Gets the stethoscope, can't hear anything, throws it away, gets another one. And this is a movie that when it works best, it's when the humor really plays to the situation at hand. When Bruce was like, "Don't come near me. Don't come near me or follow me or talk to me." Or one of the best lines is, "Where's my wife? She's in the morgue." "You took her to the morgue? She'll be furious." And Bruce Willis, I mean, he's the MVP of the film. Very unique. And then when the fighting begins, where Goldie Hawn gets shot in the stomach, look at me, I'm soaking wet. And then they have a shovel fight, and Goldie Hawn like knocks Meryl Streep's neck down to her body. That's when the special effects really come out to play by Industrial Light and Magic. And it seems like that's when the humor's starting to really kick in, this darkly comic take on, you know, wishing for beauty. I mean, the way people do when they get plastic surgery, even though they look perfectly fine, they decide to get plastic surgery to stay young forever, which is an impossibility. But it's kind of the monkey's paw thing. You take it, but there are side effects. Because now they're going to be rotting, and and then like Bruce Willis' zany energy is a lot of fun. But where the movie misfires is in its third act. I know originally there was a third act where Tracy Ullman would fake Bruce Willis's death, and it would be a bit of a happier ending. I guess audiences wanted a darker ending, which is not too dark. I mean, I don't know, the third act is really a weak part of the film for me. It's a part of the film I don't really care for. It just felt like it lost steam. You know, he's being egged on to take the potion. Bruce Willis doesn't. He escapes. He crashes into a pool. He runs off, and then it's sometime later, over almost 40 years later, Bruce Willis' character's died, but he lived a good life. He's all these adventures, and the sick comic note is that Goldie Hawn and Meryl Streep, these enemies, have to now paint each other's ass and have to take care of each other forever. So it's kind of like they got what they wanted, and again, they're just desserts. But I don't know, the way it ends, where their faces are running and they flail down the stairs and they become pieces like they were mannequins, and like, did you remember where you parked the car? It's just a really weak, lame ending. Again, I thought it took a while to get going for the plot to get started, because you have Goldie Hawn and her... Because the movie bounces around in this first chunk where Bruce leaves Goldie Hawn for Meryl Streep is 7 years later. Then we have Goldie Hawn overweight with a ton of cats, and then it's 7 years later after that. Maybe if it told a more consistent story. And in Bruce Willis' performance and the special effects of these two women, Meryl Streep, Goldie Hawn, how they attack each other, fight each other with shovels, that's the darkly comic bit. I mean, funny enough, there is stuff in the trailers not in the movie like there's a scene in the trailer where someone was put in the fridge, I think Meryl Streep's character, as taken up, and Bruce Willis is like, "You're defrosting." It seems like there's quite a bit cut out of this movie based on the deleted footage, which will never see the light of day. And would have been curious to see the original version of this film and all that was deleted. And like the original ending, maybe the original ending worked better, flowed better, at least out of curiosity's sake. Again, Goldie Hawn, I know Meryl Streep didn't like working on the film. She's that big in the special effects. And like I said, this film did win the visual effects Oscar. It beat out some movies. It beat out Alien 3 and I forget what else. But it's one of those things where, again, the humor I think works best in that middle portion. Like the second half of the film is kind of the grand build-up release, where these two women are finally going at each other, finally taking their frustration off of each other, and like Meryl Streep throws a piece and it goes through the stomach. Yes, no. Maybe a bit more of this knockdown drag out fight between these two. Have it be like a war between these two women. And maybe more of that, I can't kill you and you can't kill me because we keep coming back. And that frustration and constant war. And maybe Bruce Willis be like the referee. Or like a prisoner. He's tied down as these two fight over each other. Or fight for Bruce Willis's character. Again, the finale where he's getting tempted to take the potion and he's like, screw it, I'm not going to do it. It kind of just, I don't know, I just lose interest in the third act. Danny Elfman's score does a decent job conveying its tone. Bruce Willis is a lot of fun. I mean, that becomes, I'm trying to think of what else I could talk about. Again, I liked the special effects. I liked the Bruce Willis's performance. The third act is really wonky. Like I said, the way it ended, and you could tell stuff's missing. Again, if you watch the trailer, you tell stuff's missing. I wouldn't say the movie was that hilarious to me either. It's not like I was laughing a lot. I wasn't like, there's not a lot of jokes I was laughing at per se. Bruce Willis replaced Kevin Kline. They probably had Kevin Kline after A Fish Called Wanda. Meryl Streep wasn't thrilled that the film relied heavily on its visual effects. What do you expect? Isabella Rossellini, that was the woman that had the potion. Movie had a budget of $55 million and ended up being modest success at box office and earning up to $58.4 million in the US to $149 million worldwide. I know there's Blu-ray, there's a little making of, but I don't know any info from that. The original ending had Tracy Ullman character helping Bruce Willis in a ruse of faking his own death in order to get away from Mal and Helen Lyle. I think that's part of the movie, like Bruce Willis, like, he's dead. There's a guy sitting at the table. And then Tracy Ullman comes out, oh my god, he's dead. And Meryl Streep going on, he's dead. Like, that's, and yeah, if you watch the trailer, that's all from the ending. The picture of him aged was actually a picture of him in full makeup from the first ending. Bruce Willis's, okay, so at the end of the film, there's a picture of Bruce Willis and that's his aged face. They use that picture for the ending. Again, maybe that ending would have worked. Also, maybe it went further with the craziness of the way these two women can't be killed, what crazy special effects you could really get into. Kind of like Frankenhooker and these sort of B movies where these women, you can't really call them zombies, but they can't die. So it makes you go, what could you do with these characters? We get a Bernie style. Maybe that would have been interesting. But either way, again, those are my thoughts on Death Becomes Her. Decent film. Don't really need to get the Blu-ray. Maybe the making of will pop up online. Doesn't look like there's any deleted scenes or anything of that sort. I mean, I like the film. It's not my favorite Robert Zemeckis film. There's some fun stuff to it. Again, the third act kind of dwindles. It's not really chuckle-worthy. But Bruce Willis gives a great performance. Meryl Streep did a nice job with her showcasing ego of her character. Goldie Hawn seemed underused. Again, when Bruce Willis is like, she's in the moor, she'll be furious. That's like, more lines of dialogue like that would have been appropriate. And maybe a gorier, crazier tone would have been appreciated. Like these two women having a big old war with each other. Maybe the deleted footage and the altered ending I would have liked to have seen. But either way, thanks for watching. Take care. Those are just my thoughts on Death Becomes Her. Thanks, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.